here at Specialized on the new Kenevo long travel e-bike. This thing is super fun. I just got to the top of the hill in no time at all, and it should be ripping good time. So we're gonna take it out for a little spin here, probably just even on some of the easier trails to start with to kind of get the feeling of it, and then we'll maybe head down something a little more challenging, but just see how she feels. Well, it's an e-bike, so it's heavy. Whoop, and these brakes are really close to the bar. Woo. So that's always fun. It's heavy, so you gotta kind of just aim it, not really jump it, bunny hop it, I guess. You gotta really let the speed and the weight of the bike do the work, because it's a big bike. Oh. You got turbo mode on, which is not quite as fast as I had expected it to be, but it is definitely much faster and easier than pedaling. I did run it in, here I'll slow down a little bit. I did run it in the eco mode on the climb for a bit, and that's still some serious amount of work. So if you want to get a full day's worth of battery out of the thing, at least over a 25-mile ride, you will have to run it in eco, and you will have to pedal, because it is a heavy bike. So remember that when you've got it on turbo on the climb, you may not have enough to get back if you go all in. Just some easy fire roads here, quite nice, because we can just knock them out and get them out of the way quickly, no problemos. Just blazing up this thing, kind of nice with the big tires and the suspension. Just kind of generally aim the thing and it'll go. Just did a loop on this XC course on the different bike, and it was fun. So a lot of mixed light in here though, lots of roots, lots of rocks, so we'll see how it goes. And it is pedal assist, so you stop pedaling and it stops helping. Ooh, there's a soft one. So you don't come, it's not like a dirt bike where you can just moto through this. You still have to, if you flatten your pedals out, or you're picking your line and you're not pedaling, it's not gonna help you. And with the bike being heavy, even small tree crossings like that are a bit of work. Like that you can let the front suspension do a lot of it, but because it's so long on this particular model. But like right now, not pedaling, and it's only gravity fed there. Whee! So when you pick a bad line like I just did, having that extra power to power through kind of the rough section is very nice. This makes fun trails like this just that much more fun. You know, we're not really that far away from the lodge or anything, so it's not like if this battery were to die, we'd be totally out of luck, but there would be a significant amount of effort to kind of traverse back across to the front side of the mountain. But we left with about, I think they said it was about 80% battery, so should have more than enough for this ride. Whee! Definitely should have brought some gloves. These stock plastic, kind of rubbery plastic grips are a bit rough on the hands with all these rocks and roots. Oh, that back end is heavy. That was a bit of work getting it over that tree. It's not even that big. You know, I did this loop earlier on a different bike, and whoop, none of these tree crossings were any trouble because I could just bunny hop right over them. But the weight of this, it's definitely a different beast, a different animal you got to get used to. Not something that I would normally ride, but I could definitely see myself getting one of these to maybe pre-ride some XC courses, maybe the day before, or you know, just something for fun on days when you don't want to go so hard, but you still want to have a really fun time out on the trails. This could definitely fill a void. So we'll see where we're going here. I think we got some fire road for a bit, so I'll turn it off. I did notice, just even on this little fire road here, I'm hitting whatever the speed limit is, because you can feel the bike still wants to give it more power, and then all of a sudden something internally is saying, well, that's as fast as you can go. Yeah, right here, I'm actually pedaling it now. It's obviously maintaining that minimum speed, but anything over, I have to add to it. So, you know, you can't really go that terribly fast on the thing. You know, I think I could go faster on a lot of these fire roads on a lightweight bike than I could on this e-bike here. Obviously going uphill is a different story, but big tires on this, and the suspension definitely make it easier when you don't see these mossy hidden rocks here and all these guys blocking up their brakes through here. Woo! That was fun. Oh, 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 okay. I'm going the right way. Thought I went the wrong way there for a second. So the other upside I see here is, you know, this with all these kind of hidden trees. Oh, right there, hidden rock I didn't see. That I've got the dropper seat down just part of the way, not all the way down. So it's not full pedaling, and you know, I'm not having to put tons of effort in to maintain the speed because it's downhill. But yet, whoa, when you get a sharp turn like that, where you gotta slow down, you don't have to lift the post back up and drop it back down because you got this little bit of assistance here, which is really fun. Just makes, you know, lower that center of gravity, kind of rip around some of these loose, soft turns that are full of rocks like that. Oh, where are we going here? Okay. Tight one. And definitely makes just a lot of fun. I don't know, a lot of people are not liking e-bikes, say they ruin the trails or anything, but I can tell you for a fact that this trail has had e-bikes on it for about a week now, and still undefined on exactly what the best line or any line at all is. So no additional damage. Really, I think the only damage you could do is maybe, oh, got in deep on that rock. You might get a few beginner people that have got to go on too big of a ride, or with too much assistance, and then maybe would have a hard time. Oh, got a rock garden here, uphill rock garden. Maybe would have a hard time getting back out. But I think if you manage your power and still having to really work the bike a lot. This reminds me of like a little 50, but with no throttle. You know, you kind of just coasting around, trying to get it to go over things. Oh, that's a tight one. Okay. This kind of slacked out geometry makes these tight off camber uphill rocky turns a bit more eventful. Oh, I took the wrong line here. Let's see if I can. Oh, I made it. That was a bad line though. Ooh, pedal strike. Ooh, soft one. Up and out. Okay, crossing the street here. Little road, dirt road there. Back into the trail. Looks like there's a little shortcut there. Oh well, I think this is the way, so this is the way I'm going. Yeah, that was fun. These grips are a little smaller and they're really hard, so no gloves was a bad choice today, but still tons of fun. With so many little rocks, I still want to keep at least, you know, 2 or 3 fingers clamped on the bar. Can't kind of open my hands out and stretch them out. So rock garden I kind of picked a bad line on. I think I picked a bad line on that on the last bike too, so. I definitely feel like I'm having to maneuver the bike around a lot more because I can't kind of hop around and hop over things like I did on the traditional kind of XC bike that I rode on this course earlier. So a lot of these sections actually feel much slower. Even though I'm on an e-bike, I feel like I'm going much slower, having to try a lot harder to kind of keep it on course. Don't feel like I'm going faster. I feel like most of these sections, at least these downhill sections, I was probably going faster on the XC bike. Yep, I remember because I almost hit that tree earlier. And that time, much easier to get around. But definitely on these like kind of false flats like I'm on currently, or on the uphills, you obviously can go kind of get closer to that top speed. I haven't really hit the top speed too much in these trails here, but I'm not absolutely railing anything. Obviously I'm talking, whoa, bars a little wide, talking fairly easily, and that's thanks to this sweet motor, but still having to work the bike a lot, which is kind of the opposite from the last ride. The last ride it was a lot of physical leg work, but the bike really kind of just manhandled the trail. This one I'm having to kind of maneuver the bike a lot, trying to pick the best line to kind of maintain the speed, because I can't really bunny hop over things when I'm in a bad line. So here we got a little tree. See if we get kind of moto. It didn't really work. I tried to kind of compress the shock in a little bit and push through, and whoop, I missed that earlier as well, and it didn't really work even there. That back end is just so heavy, I can't, having a hard time figuring out how to get it in the air. I remember this from earlier. This is a pretty messed up little rock section that I almost made on the XC bike. This is the part I screwed up. I picked the wrong line right there. This time, got it spot on. It also helps that I've got a little extra motor because my legs are pretty tired from earlier. This is, I think, fourth ride today. Obviously it's the e-bike, but I'm still getting a heck of a workout here. Having to just work this bike. Need to do some push-ups or something. My little skinny arms are hating me right now with this heavy bike. Okay, I think this is the way. Oh yeah, here's the lake. Okay, sweet. Okay, we're gonna stop and take a picture. Sun's kind of in the wrong direction. It'll be okay. So we got a bit of a loose kind of fire road climb here, and that's motor, suspension, big tires. I'm picking about the worst line I can find, and it just motors right through. It's pretty nice. It's good for tired legs like the ones I've got from the rides earlier. I think we're almost back to the beginning. Yeah, we are. So this is back to the top. That's a fun little loop. Really probably a little under for this bike's capabilities, but still super fun. Shows you how much the motor really helps. Big tires. So that was kind of like a little pre-ride that you could do the day before, you know, a big race or something. You could totally pre-ride your race on this, so it's pretty fun.